Good afternoon, everyone, and welcome to the online event sessions with Graphic Days. Graphic Days is a cultural project and a visual design festival based in Turin, Italy, and born back in 2016. Since its first edition, Graphic Days has hosted a different selected country in an exhibition named Eyes On, with the aim of presenting the best of design from a selected country. On occasion of Graphic Days Eyes on the Netherlands, we are presenting a calendar of digital events dedicated to the Dutch visual communication and the contamination between the European trends and influences in this field. The Eyes on the Netherlands project was born in collaboration with Graphic Matters, a design festival based in Breda, as well as the embassy and the consulates of the Netherlands in Italy. Today's event is all about what design can do, a platform that mobilizes creative communities around the world to contribute to sustainable and socially just society. The most recent challenge they have launched, the No Waste Challenge, calls upon all creatives, hackers, and dreamers to submit bold ideas and solutions to reduce waste and rethink our entire production and consumption cycle. In overall, What Design Can Do has received over 1,400 projects and ideas from designers and creatives from all over the world. Just yesterday, they have announced the nominees. 85 selected projects will now move on to the final round of the competition. Rosa Kieft, the program lead, and Pepijn Zurburg, the co-founder of What Design Can Do, will talk about the challenge program and campaign, as well as present some of the most inspiring proposals they have received. So for those of you who are in Turin today or somewhere around and can travel, we invite you to come and visit the Graphic Days Eyes on the Netherlands in person. The exhibition will remain open until the May 30th, so it's the last weekend. And for the rest of you, we invite Rosa and Pepijn live.
Hi.
Hello.
Hello.
So, welcome everybody. My name is Pepijn Zurburg. It's impronounceable if you're not from the Netherlands. I'm one of the founders of What Design Can Do, a global platform that has been around for about 10 years. And with me today is Rosa Kieft.
Hi, everyone.
Rosa is a program lead on the No Waste Challenge, one of the best or biggest programs that we run as What Design Can Do. We have a presentation for you prepared, and we'll be joined later on by another guest, Edwin Bos, who is a participant of the No Waste Challenge. Let me see. So first, an introduction on What Design Can Do. At What Design Can Do, we believe that design is more than just making luxury products like this ridiculous submarine boat that are exclusive or very expensive for the happy few. Sometimes, if you talk to people about design, they will say it's a trivial thing. We believe what design can transform society. We work around the world in 5 cities: Mexico City, Sao Paulo, Amsterdam, Delhi, and Nairobi. To connect with the creative community, we organize events, mostly in Amsterdam, Mexico City, and Sao Paulo. They give inspiration with speakers, creative speakers from all over the world. We organize debates. There are workshops for students and professionals alike. We do quick ideation brainstorms. And of course, designers can meet each other at these events to socialize and to network. And of course, these events are one big design celebration. To actively engage the creative community with social issues, we also organize challenges, design challenges. The first one we did was the refugee challenge, around the topic of refugees coming to the cities of Europe. The second one was also in collaboration with the IKEA Foundation on climate action, followed by a clean energy challenge. And Rosa will now tell you about our latest installment, the No Waste Challenge.
Yes, so last January we launched the No Waste Challenge, and it's a global design competition on the effects of waste and consumerism on climate change. I'll tell you a bit about how this challenge came into existence. Can you go to the next slide, Pepijn?
Yeah.
So we all know that our planet is drowning in waste. That's no news. Every year we dump a massive of 2.12 billion tons of waste on the planet. And that has huge effects. If you go to the next slide, it causes biodiversity loss. There are greenhouse gas emissions. There is 91% of the world's plastic that is not being recycled. And 30% of food that we produce is also being thrown away again. So our wasteful economies are destroying the planet. We go to the next slide. Yeah, so together with our partner, research partner Standby, which is a design research agency, we took a deep dive in this whole topic of waste and consumerism. And we basically found that we could boil it down to, just go back to the last slide. Everything comes down to this take, make, waste economy, which means that we take from natural resources, we make products, usually or mostly bad products that we toss away again, and also the waste that we have, we handle it badly. So I think everyone who works in that field knows, and I think anyone really knows, that we need to move towards a fair and circular economy, which is on the next slide. So what we did together with Standby is we had a look at how designers and creativity can play a role in this huge problem. And if you go to the next slide, we think that there is quite a big responsibility also for designers. Design got us into this mess, and now it needs to get us out of it, says Bruce Mau. And we believe that designers can play an important role in also solving this huge issue. They are, for example, involved in developing products. There's a lot of decisions that are being made when a product is developed, but also, for example, you can think about campaigns and how products are sold to us. So we started the research for the No Waste Challenge about a year ago. And what we do is we look into the topic, and we also frame a couple of design questions, which I'll get back to later on. Pepijn, you want to?
Yeah. Of course, from this world of trash, we created a graphic identity for this challenge. What design can do, as you may know or may not know, is always about yellow, but this time we chose red. And we used literally a lot of trash to create a graphic language that we can use in all kinds of designs. For instance, in these infographics, the big waste world, but also in our campaign. This is like our basic logo. And we did a lot of infographics, small and bigger animations that were posted online. Very recognizable. And then finally, in some cities, we even took it to the street. Here is a poster campaign that we did in Amsterdam, also involving the general public in the challenge. As you can see, the campaign was picked up quite well. It was shared all over the world on all kinds of blogs. People really engaged with it. And after the first phase of the campaign, which was all about information, explaining our audience what the topic was about and how they could enter the challenge, we prepared a video campaign, and we asked designers from all over the world, influencers, to tell us a little bit about how design can solve this issue of waste. And I will show you a clip of what that looked like.
I was taught to design trash.
And I've designed trash.
I have been a bad designer.
But haven't we all been bad? Because at the end of the road, everything we design ends up as trash. Design turned out to be a very sufficient way to transform valuable resources into products that end up as waste.
We create tossable, discardable, very short-living products.
We're trapped in this take, make, waste model, and that needs to change. We need to work towards a society that's circular and fair.
I see design as having a responsibility in the waste cycle.
91% of all the plastic in the world is not recycled. And 30% of all our food is lost or wasted.
Waste is an idea. It's something that we invented. We can uninvent it.
So we need to design in a different way.
We need to redesign our relationship with things, with products, with services.
We need new ideas and we need them now. And that's where you come in.
Be bold, be curious, and be ambitious.
Join the No Waste Challenge.
Join the No Waste Challenge.
And get to work, because there's no time to waste.
This campaign, of course, had one motive, and that was to lead people to our online platform, our challenge platform, where people could find briefings on the no waste topic, one global briefing, and there were 6 different specific briefings for each of the cities that we work in. And I think Rosa will tell you a bit more about those briefings.
Yeah, so we started off with the global briefing, and from there on we developed also 6 city-specific challenge program, which means that we do research locally, we do the open call locally, and we also do a selection process locally. Because we believe that it's a global challenge, but it's very important to have local impact. So the briefs that we developed, if you go to the next slide, and the one after, are based on this model that I spoke about before, so take, make, and waste. So we asked the question, how can we take less? How can we inspire the use of fewer natural resources and consume more mindfully? The next one is make better. How can we make products and materials that are kept in use and or regenerate natural systems? And the third is handle smarter. How can we use waste as a resource or dispose more responsibly? So we asked all participants to submit their project in one of these 3 briefs. And we've been really overwhelmed with the results that came in, because we never expected to receive 1,400 projects. And the last couple of weeks, we've been very busy with the selection process. So now we just announced the 85 nominees. And I just wanted to show 3 projects that responded to these briefs that really charmed us. So the first one is on take less, which is really about using a different material. And this project, Human Material Loop, basically uses human hair and incorporates that in textile development. The following project which was more in the category of making better, is about finding an alternative for all this plastic waste that comes with testing in healthcare, such as pregnancy tests or, for example, the self-tests for COVID that we're all using now. And the third project that I wanted to share is a chauffement climatique, which is about waste in the streets. And it was a very charming project from a group of young French people who made this set to play a game in a street where you can find a lot of trash. And while playing a football game, you also clean out the streets. But then we also want to share one more project, but I will not be talking about it. We've invited Edwin to elaborate on his own project that was nominated for the global track of the challenge.
Shall we first watch the video on Project Beachbot? So, Project Beachbot, yeah, maybe we should stop screen sharing. Let me see. Hi, Edwin.
Hi there.
So good of you to be here.
Thank you.
Maybe you can tell us a little bit about the project and about your journey so far and how you came to the No Waste Challenge.
Yes, definitely. So my name is Edwin Bos. I'm one of the co-founders of a company called Tactics. And with Tactics, we basically ideate, experiment, and validate new technologies, and all for tech for good. So we are very much focused on sustainability. And one of the first projects we did, because we are doing projects for other companies, but we also initiate projects ourselves. And the first project we did was called Project Beachbot, which you just saw the teaser video, which was launched before World Cleanup Day. And the idea came from basically myself as being a citizen of the city of The Hague, where I live, which is very close to the beach, and walking around on the beaches and seeing all kinds of small litter really starts to annoy me, especially since I have small kids and they sometimes pick up a cigarette butt and tell me, okay, what is this? And so this is really annoying. So we need to do something about it. And besides being a citizen, I'm also an entrepreneur, so I want to take action. And that's why we came up with this idea where we can use robotics and AI, artificial intelligence, to maybe come up with a solution to get rid of small litter. We do think that robotic in itself and AI is not the solution, because it would be too easy to say to the people in the world, okay, we now have a robotic solution, you can still litter, and the robot will clean it up. So that's why this concept is a bit more complicated, you could say, but we want to involve the audience. So that's why we say the Project Beachbot is a human interaction concept, whereby people can help to make the robot smarter and also help to clean the beach. So in essence, it worked like this. We have now a prototype of the robot that can roam a beach in search of litter. But the robot is actually still quite dumb, because it can
slow, I heard.
It's slow, and it's we have an AI working for detecting cigarette butts, but it still needs help to detect more, and that's where the human element comes in. because we're now going to do a test where once the robot is not sure what it sees. So, for instance, there is a camera underneath the robot which will constantly take pictures, and once it sees an object and it doesn't know for sure if it's a cigarette butt or a plastic fork or etc., it will send the picture to a mobile app where people can help the robot to say, okay, it's definitely a plastic fork or a cigarette butt. So you can help to label it and also to verify if the robot says, I think for 80% it's a cigarette butt. Can you tell me if it is? By doing so, people will help the robot to become smarter and train the detection algorithm of the robot. So it works two ways. We think it's a win-win situation because on the one hand, the robot becomes smarter. So we will end up with a solution where robotics can indeed help to help municipalities to detect and clean up small litter. But on the other hand, it will also help to raise more awareness about this topic. Especially there's a large group of young people who still litter. If you now walk into the dunes in The Hague and also on the beach, one of the most things you will find are, of course, cigarette butts, but also Red Bull cans, which is a can of soda that especially youngsters drink. So we really need to change a mindset. And we hope that doing something innovative with robotics and a mobile game will especially attract or get the interest of younger people on this topic and to help out. So in a nutshell, that's the concept.
Okay. Hey, and you basically say, okay, this is not a machine that will tell people, okay, it's okay to litter, because you could also just as easily place more trash cans, I guess.
You can put it on front of the robot, you mean?
No, if you
sure. Yeah, that's also an option, and that's also what we know, for instance, from the municipality of The Hague. That's what they're doing. Mm-hmm. During the coming summer, where they expect a lot of trash on the beach, based on the experience from last year. They will now add more trash cans on the beach, and they will also work with, they call it litter hosts. So young people with a uniform of the municipality who will come up to people and say, okay, you just littered, or this is still behind your beach blanket. Can you please clean it up? So they want to also stimulate that in a certain sense. So there are a lot of initiatives, but we do know that all these initiatives in the past 20, 30 years, there hasn't been one that we could say is the most effective, because people still keep on littering and the problem becomes worse and worse. So we need to do something about it. And on the one hand, we can say, okay, there are more trash cans, people can use them. We facilitate that you clean up your trash, but it also needs to be a mindset, maybe even that you not even bring trash anymore to the beach. Because that's where it already happens. People think, okay, I'm on the beach, I will just bring all my stuff, and when I'm done, I
just
leave.
Yeah. Hey, so why did you decide to join the No Waste Challenge?
Well, to be honest, we are a startup company, so we are also quite opportunity driven and looking for funding and opportunities to, on the one hand, get PR for what we do, to get a bigger audience, but also to get funding. But moreover, we need to get more partners and support from others who like our idea and want to join us, can advise us to make this idea bigger. And I think the platform of what design can do and the No Waste Challenge is for us also a perfect opportunity to get feedback from, in this case, design experts on how to improve our idea, because we have to be realistic. Our idea won't change the world immediately. We are just one piece of the puzzle, but we do think that we can, with a greater, bigger community around our idea, we can make impact. But we need to learn from others and test how to to make more impact. And we can only do that by getting feedback and learn from others.
Okay, so you are now one of the, how much, Rosa? I think
85.
85 nominees.
Indeed.
85 or 86? I don't know.
85.
85. So you could be one of the 16 winners, which means that you could win 10,000 euros. What would you spend it on?
Well, we currently have a prototype of the BeachBot that you just saw in the video. And we also have 2 prototypes of 2 smaller robots that can only do detection. So the BeachBot is about detection and also has a gripper to clean up. But we also want to invest in 2 other smaller robots that can do detection much quicker and in a wider area. To make sure those are like the little helpers of the BeachBot. So we can map an area. It could be a beach, but it could also be a park or another outdoor area, to make sure first that we know what's out there. And that will also help municipalities to say, okay, we have a better picture of what type of litter is in our park, is in our beach, so we can change our policies.
Yeah.
So having said that, we still have then 3 prototypes. And as you can imagine, doing innovation, doing development, this costs time, but also money. So 10,000 euros would be really helpful to make a next step towards a new milestone with bringing our prototypes to a proof of concept and then further.
Okay. Are there any upcoming events for people where people can join?
Definitely. So if you would be in the Netherlands in the summer, not sure if people from Italy can already travel, but if you would be in The Hague, it's a lovely city, so please come over when it's possible. But when you're here in The Hague, or maybe also one of the other nice beach municipalities, Zandvoort and Renesse, which is in the south of the Netherlands, we are doing 3 demos on the 5th, 11th and 15th of August, where we're showing our detection robots and the BeachBot to the audience on the beach. And we will also do then a test with the human-robot interaction. So people will see the robot driving over the beach, detecting or looking for littered items. And once the robot detects something, it will send the image to the mobile app. You can then play our game while being on the beach and help the robot to become smarter and verifying what it's seeing. So that would be really nice to have a lot of people there to see how it will work in practice. And we will continue with that. So this is one of the biggest events we're working towards now in August, but we will also definitely be present during World Cleanup Day on the 18th of September in the Netherlands as well. And if you are see opportunities for us and think, okay, there's a nice beach area in Italy, if there are people from municipalities also listening in, we're open to do testing in other areas as well. So
great.
Very much looking for feedback and opportunities.
Great.
I'm sorry.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
Can you hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay. Thank you so much. Unfortunately, our time is almost up, and I just wanted to ask a couple of questions. Thank you so much, Edwin, for your presentation. Your project looks really great, and I think that the problem with the cigarettes is that most of people don't acknowledge how harmful they can be. So this is also the reason why people don't use trash bins, which are already present on the beaches. So I guess that your project will have a great future, and in Italy as well. And as for what design can do, I was curious, what was the most active country or city during this challenge? I know that there have been quite a few cities participating, but what was your impression on participation levels?
Well, we actually received projects out of 105 countries, which is really a big number. And I think in terms of the cities, we really received a lot of response in Mexico and in Sao Paulo as well. And if you look more globally, we were also very happy to receive a lot of projects from Africa. So Uganda, South Africa, and also Kenya.
Wow, this is really nice. And I guess that all these countries, they have a very different vision on the environmental aspect of trash. So I guess it was also very interesting to see the differences that each project tried to bring forward.
Yeah, they do, because they, of course, also have different problems to deal with. So yeah, it was quite interesting to see like the different types of projects coming out of different parts of the world. Yeah.
And well, the other question, which is a very obvious question, but is there something design can't do?
Oh yeah, there is a lot that design can't do. I mean, we're not claiming that design alone can save the world. I mean, we have to collaborate, of course. I hope this is, of course, our name is pretty bold, what design can do, but yeah, we cannot do it alone. We need everybody in society. And we also, I mean, I personally also do not think that this sort of idea of trying to be responsible for the earth and the society, etc., is uniquely for designers. I mean, everybody all over the world has their own responsibility. Whether you're a farmer or whatever, yeah, you need to take responsibility for the world and for the future generations.
Yes, let's hope that this responsibility will be taken by everyone, and I think that's a great answer and a conclusion to this online event. And I want to thank you once again, Rosa and Pepijn, and Edwin, obviously, for joining us today. And I invite everyone to come to. And if it's not possible, then you can always watch the registered online events on our YouTube channel or Facebook page. So thank you once again, and see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.